Here, at the edge of western Greece, where land dissolves into water, lies town of Messolonghi, a city shaped by its lagoon, salt, and history. But beneath its calm surface, a quiet danger is rising. Across the world, oceans are climbing higher and higher every year. For some places the change is distant, but for Messolonghi, it's immediate. The town is one of the most vulnerable in Greece to coastal flooding. In the coming decades, rising seas will reshape its shores, streets, and future. This is a story of Messolonghi, between its history and water. Messolonghi is not just a geographical spot on a map. It's a symbol of Greek independence, a place of resilience and sacrifice. But now, historic town will face challenges unlike any it has known before. For centuries, the lagoon surrounding Messolonghi protected its people. It was an unbreakable natural fortress. Fishermen, salt workers, poets, and revolutionaries built their life around its waters. Now the same lagoon that once shielded the town has become the front line of a new reality of close future. Much of Messolonghi sits barely a meter above sea level. Its streets, wetlands, and salt flats form a delicate landscape where land and water constantly negotiate their boundaries. In a world of rising seas, the balance is rapidly shifting. As the planet warms, glaciers melt and the oceans expand. Since the year 1900, global sea levels have risen by more than 20 centimeters, and me, as a person interested in geography and history, had already observed the consequences before in different parts of Greece and the world. Climate scientists project that by the end of this century, sea levels may climb between 30 centimeters and over a full meter, depending on how much greenhouse gas humanity and nature continues to emit. And even the smallest rise can dramatically increase coastal flooding around the globe. A higher baseline of sea level means that storms, high tides, and seasonal surges reach further inland than ever before. Events that used to happen once every few decades are becoming yearly and even monthly in 2025. But global averages don't tell the whole story here. To understand the future of Messolonghi, we need to watch some local factors also. For example, the land under our feet. Here, the sea is rising, it's true, but the land is also sinking. Geologists have measured gradual land subsidence across the Messolonghi-Aitoliko Lagoon region. In simple terms, the ground is sinking several millimeters every year. When rising seas are combined with sinking land, the relative change is even more dramatic. Digital elevation models show the large sections of Messolonghi lie between 10 centimeters and 1 meter above the waterline. This means even modest changes in sea level can have significant impacts on the region. Scientific projections for 2050 and 2100 show expanding zones of seasonal and permanent flooding. Under moderate scenarios, peripheral roads of peninsula and low-lying neighborhoods face repeated flooded areas. Under high-end scenarios, entire districts up to 85% of the town could find themselves below the future waterline. Walking these streets today, everything appears normal. Shops are open, kids play, life moves forward. But the data tells a different story. One permanent risk, and the town living on the edge of a rising sea. The question is not whether the change will come, but how soon. Critical infrastructure, schools, roads, bridges, power lines, plumb systems, and other public sector buildings all depend on stable ground and predictable water levels. As flooding increases, maintenance becomes harder and failures more common. One of the best examples to show how near Messolonghi is next to the water is this primary school. It's just 50 centimeters over the sea level in 2025. The local economy, built on salt production, fishing, and tourism, it depends entirely on Lagoon's balance. Rising seas alter salinity, reshape channels, and disrupt habitats essential to these industries. Beyond economics, the lagoon is a living modern ecosystem. Birds, fish, and rare wetland species rely on the fragile boundary between land and the sea. This boundary is pushed further and further inland each year. And of course, we should never forget about the heritage. Monuments, museums, and historic districts near the waterline face erosion, instability, and the possibility of permanent flood damage. Protecting them requires foresight, resources, and planning in advance. These images are not meant to alarm but to inform mostly, and the prediction of the future is impossible, we all know it. With normal planning, investments, and adaptation to new situations, the most damaging outcomes can still be avoided. Missolonghi is a unique town that has endured centuries of different challenges, sieges, wars, economic changes, and shifting tides. Its spirit has always been defined by resilience and reinvention itself again and again. This story is fully based on open scientific data available to the public. Understanding the risks of the problem is a first key step in protecting historical places like this. Maybe in the future I will come here again and will tell you a new story, what is already done in preserving the area of Missolonghi. Today we stand at a crossroads between past and future, between history and water. The choices locals, policymakers, and all other people who are connected to this place make today will determine whether Messolonghi continues as it's now or not.